What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing a damage and penetration test to compare the 9mm and the 380. These are the two rounds I'll be using also, the Winchester 115 grain FMJ and the Sig Sauer 100 grain FMJ for the 380. Here's the two rounds right next to each other. The 380's got a flat point, but that's the only round I got for it right now, so that'll have to work. First, I'm going to be shooting these jugs of water right here. First with the 380 and then with the 9mm. And then after that I'm going to be shooting some wood. I got this table set up right here. This thick wooden table here. And behind that I got some more thick pieces of wood. So hopefully we'll be able to stop the bullets and compare the damage and penetration on each one. So
alright, first up is the 380 from a 3.5-inch barrel. I'll be shooting from about 10 feet away. Okay, now let's try the 9mm. This is from a 5-inch barrel.
the 380 entered right here, which is weird because it's bulging out, but it came out right there. So entered there, came out right there. Okay, the 9mm entered right here and came out right there. So the exit hole wasn't really in the same spot, and neither was the entrance, but seems to have done a lot more damage. It even dented it here somehow. So here's the entrance from the 380, and here's the entrance from the 9mm. Exit from the 380, exit from the 9mm. Both FMJ rounds. So there actually was a little bit of difference. It must just be the extra velocity the 9mm has, I'm assuming. It even split it on the bottom there.
Okay, now let's shoot the wood. First with the 380. Alright, now let's hit the wood with the 9mm.
Okay, now let's look at the results from that. The 380 went in right here. The 9mm went in right here. Obviously both of them straight out the back. 380, 9mm. Exits on the wooden table. 9mm kind of seems smaller. That might be because the 380 is going slower. And then the entry's on the piece of wood behind it. 380, 9mm. The 9mm is bigger now of an entry hole. Now let's take a look behind this board. Hopefully without knocking them all over. There we go. Okay, so there's the 380 and the 9mm. They both went through. And there's the 380 right there, stuck on the board behind it. So the 380 stopped right there, and the 9mm kept going on its third board here. Let's take a look at that. Stuck in there pretty good. I'll have to get it out in a little bit. And then, yep, the 9mm went through this board. The 380 stuck right here where it's bulging. And then after that, the 9mm entered this next board here. Now let's look behind that one. And then it exited that one too. Wow, impressive. So another 1-inch thick board here, the 9mm went through. And then behind that, it entered this one there. And you can see it went through, and then the bullet stuck right there on this big 2x8 board in the very back here. So there's the 9mm bullet stuck right there on the very last board, and the 380 stuck right here on its second board behind the table. So there's our 380, stopped right there, and there's our 9mm, stopped right there. So quite a bit more penetration. The 380 went through the table, the first board, and then stopped in that 1/4-inch plywood board there. The 9mm went through both 1-inch thick boards behind that, and then stopped in the 2x8 about halfway through on the side. So from the results here, we can tell that the 9mm is definitely a little bit more powerful than the 380, at least from these two particular handguns with these two particular rounds. Since I still got this wood set up, I'm gonna go ahead and see what the 45 ACP can do to it real fast. I'm gonna be using the Perfecta 230 grain FMJ from a 5-inch barrel. Let's take a look at that. There's the 45 entrance. Definitely a lot bigger than the 380 and the 9mm. 45 exit. Again, bigger than the 380 and the 9mm. 45. Entry on the next board. Here's the 45 on the next board. 380, 9mm. 45 went straight through this board, just like both the other ones. Here's where the 380 stopped. The 9mm went through, and so did the 45. But look at that, it looks like it's tumbling. It's a pretty wide hole. And then the 380 stopped right there, as we know. 45 went through right there, 9 through right there. So the 45's got a pretty big exit there. And then on the next boards, here's the 45 entrance, the 9 entrance. Look at that 45 mark now. Seems like it's tumbling, but now the opposite way. Like it's just tumbling all around in there. The 9mm still looks like it's going straight. 45 tumbling a different way. Now let's see, they both went straight through that one too. 45 with a much bigger exit as usual. And then on the next board after that, there's the 45. Stuck right there, sideways at another different angle again. And there's the 9 where it went through, and the 9 stopped right there behind its board. So the 9 had slightly more penetration than the 45 on the wood. 45 stuck right there at a weird angle. So the 32 stopped right there on that board. The 45 stopped in the second to last board, and the 9 stopped right there in the last board. And here's all the projectiles after retrieving them from the wood. The 380, the 9mm, and the 45 ACP. Anyways, that's all. Thanks for watching.